Imagine a city lost to time, hidden within the fiery embrace of sandstone cliffs. A place where the echoes of a vanished civilization whisper on the wind. This is Petra, a wonder carved by human hands over 2,000 years ago, then swallowed by the desert sands. Who were the people who built this monumental city? What secrets lie buried within its tombs and temples? Join us as we journey into the heart of Petra, unlocking the mysteries of a lost world, a world of ingenious engineering, astronomical alignments. Petra, the rose-red city, half as old as time and twice as enigmatic.
Deep in the rugged landscapes of southern Jordan lies an ancient city carved entirely from rose-red sandstone cliffs, a place so extraordinary it defies imagination. What secrets are etched into its time-worn facades? Who crafted these monumental wonders, and how did they vanish into history? This is Petra, the lost city of the Nabateans. Rediscovered in 1812 by Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt. It opened a window into a forgotten civilization that thrived over 2,000 years ago. As we traverse its narrow passageways and towering canyons, we'll unravel the enigmas surrounding this ancient metropolis. Our journey begins at the Sick, a dramatic entrance formed by a natural geological fault. Stretching over a kilometre, its winding path is flanked by cliffs soaring up to 80 meters high. Sunlight filters through the narrow gap above, illuminating the path and heightening our anticipation. Emerging from the Sick, we're greeted by the awe-inspiring sight of Al-Khazne, the treasury. Standing approximately 40 meters tall and 28 meters wide, about the height of a 14-story building, it's carved directly into the sandstone cliff. Its elaborate Corinthian columns, pediments and sculptures fuse Hellenistic and Eastern architectural influences. How did the Nabateans, with limited technology, achieve such precision and artistry? The treasury's purpose remains debated. Was it a royal tomb, a temple, or something else entirely? Local legends speak of hidden treasures within, a theory that has captivated treasure hunters for generations. Delving deeper, we encounter the street of facades, lined with tombs and houses. Each structure tells a story, their intricate carvings hinting at Nabatean beliefs and way of life. The royal tombs, the urn tomb, silk tomb, and Corinthian tomb, showcase the grandeur afforded to Petra's elite. Ascending 800 rock-cut steps to the monastery, Ad-Der, we meet one of Petra's most impressive monuments. Measuring 47 meters wide and 48 meters high, nearly the height of a 16-story skyscraper and wider than an Olympic swimming pool is long, it dwarfs the treasury. Named for the crosses carved inside, it was repurposed as a Christian church during the Byzantine period. What ceremonies took place within these sacred halls? Petra is the rose-red city half as old as time, penned John William Bergen, capturing its timeless allure. But Petra's marvels extend beyond grand facades. The city's ingenious water management is perhaps its most remarkable achievement. In a desert receiving less than 15 centimeters of annual rainfall, the Nabateans developed an extensive network of dams, cisterns, and channels. This allowed them to capture and store rainwater, transforming Petra into a lush oasis capable of supporting up to 30,000 people. Recent discoveries have unveiled complex hydraulic engineering rivaling modern systems. Ceramic pipelines and rock-cut channels demonstrate sophisticated understanding of hydraulics. Petra's location made it a critical nexus of trade routes connecting Arabia, Egypt, Syria, and the Mediterranean. Wealth from the incense and spice trade fueled its prosperity. However, shifts in trade routes and the rise of sea trade led to its eventual abandonment. Nearby, Little Petra, Sikh al-Barid, adds to the historical tapestry. This smaller canyon features buildings and tombs carved into cliffs, possibly serving as a suburb or caravan rest stop. The painted house within boasts one of the few surviving Nabatean frescoes, a rare glimpse into their artistry. The grandeur of Petra invites comparisons to other megalithic structures. Stonehenge's sarsen stones weigh up to 25 tons each, transported and erected vertically. In contrast, Petra's monuments are intricately carved directly into sandstone cliffs, requiring precise removal rather than movement of stone. This subtractive process demanded a different engineering mastery, much like a sculptor releasing a figure from marble. Comparing Petra to Machu Picchu reveals fascinating parallels. Both ancient cities adapted to challenging terrains, showcasing their civilization's ability to harmonize with nature. The Inca engineered terraces and water channels to manage rainfall, akin to the Nabateans' water systems. Culturally, both sites reflect deep spiritual connections. Machu Picchu aligns with astronomical events, and researchers suggest Petra's design incorporates celestial alignments. Could these similarities indicate a universal approach among ancient peoples to architecture and astronomy? To grasp Petra's scale, imagine the megalithic blocks used in its construction. Some stones weigh several tons, comparable to the largest blocks in the Great Pyramid of Giza, which weigh up to 80 tons. Yet unlike the pyramids, where stones were quarried, transported and assembled, Petra's grand edifices were hewn directly from cliffs. This required not only architectural vision, but precise execution. Any error was irreversible. It's akin to carving an entire cathedral into a mountainside, a feat challenging even today. Conspiracy theories have swirled around Petra. Some speculate it was more than a trading hub, a repository of ancient knowledge or sacred relics. Theories suggest the Ark of the Covenant or extraterrestrial artifacts could be hidden within its depths. These notions, while lacking evidence, fuel the imagination and underscore Petra's enigmatic allure. Popular culture further cements Petra's place in modern mythology. In 1989, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade featured the treasury as the entrance to the Temple of the Sun, where the Holy Grail was hidden. This portrayal introduced Petra to a global audience, sparking renewed interest. As Indiana Jones said, "It's not the years, honey, it's the mileage."
In the heart of the Mediterranean, where sapphire waters meet rugged shores, lies an archipelago steeped in enigma, Malta. A land where time seems to stand still, yet whispers secrets of civilizations lost to the ages. For millennia, this island nation has guarded its mysteries, buried beneath layers of history and legend. But in the dawn of the 20th century, a discovery would shatter our understanding of Malta's prehistoric past, revealing a subterranean world of unimaginable complexity. 1902, the town of Paola. What began as a routine construction project would unearth a marvel hidden for over 5,000 years. A labyrinth carved from the very heart of the island, a gateway to a lost world. The Saflieni Hypogeum, an underground necropolis, a temple of the dead, a masterpiece of engineering and artistry that predates the pyramids of Egypt, a place where the boundaries between the living and the departed blur.
Nestled in the heart of the Mediterranean, the Maltese islands rise like timeless sentinels, guarding secrets that reach back into the depths of prehistory. This small nation, perched at the crossroads of ancient trade routes, is a tapestry woven with the threads of countless civilizations. Beneath its golden limestone cliffs and rolling fields dotted with wildflowers lies a hidden world, one that predates even the Great Pyramids of Giza and Stonehenge. In 1902, as Malta stood on the brink of modernity, an extraordinary discovery would forever alter our understanding of its ancient past. In the quiet town of Paola, construction workers were laboring to lay foundations for new housing, carving into the soft limestone bedrock. Their chisels and picks, tools of everyday toil, suddenly broke through into an unexpected void. The earth yawned open, revealing a labyrinthine complex that had slumbered in silence for millennia, the Saflieni Hypogeum. This was no ordinary cavern or natural cave. The Hypogeum, from the Greek meaning underground chamber, is a subterranean masterpiece, an intricate complex of interconnecting halls, chambers and passages hewn entirely by human hands between 4000 and 2500 BCE. Descending 3 levels and over 10 meters below the surface, it stands as a monumental achievement of engineering and artistry. To grasp the enormity of this endeavor, consider that the ancient builders meticulously extracted more than 2,000 tons of limestone using only primitive tools fashioned from stone, bone, and antler. Imagine the persistence and skill required to remove a mass equivalent to that of 200 African elephants, or about 1/5 the weight of the Eiffel Tower's iron structure, all without the wheel, without metal tools, without the written word. Leading the effort to uncover the secrets of this underground enigma was Dr. Themistocles Zammit, Malta's first director of museums and a pioneering archaeologist. Reflecting on the discovery, he remarked, "The Hypogeum is a monument surpassing all others in its uniqueness, and in the testimony it bears to the high civilization of the people who built it." His dedication ensured that the site was carefully excavated and preserved for future generations. As we venture deeper into the Hypogeum's dimly lit corridors, the air grows cool, and the echoes of our footsteps mingle with whispers of the past. The walls and ceilings are adorned with swirling patterns painted in red ochre, spirals, honeycombs, and intricate motifs that may symbolize the cycle of life, the cosmos, or pathways to realms beyond our own. The architecture mirrors that of the megalithic temples above ground, such as Hagar Kim and Menadra, suggesting a seamless connection between the earthly and the divine. Among the treasures unearthed within the depths of the Hypogeum is the enigmatic Sleeping Lady, a small terracotta figurine depicting a corpulent woman reclining peacefully on a couch. Her closed eyes and serene expression have captivated scholars and visitors alike. Is she a representation of a mother goddess, symbolizing fertility and rebirth? As archaeologist Setemi Zammit observed, she embodies the enigmatic spirituality of a people whose rituals and beliefs remain just beyond our grasp. The Hypogeum also served as a necropolis, a city of the dead, where the remains of over 7,000 individuals were carefully placed. The bones, often arranged with care, suggest complex funerary practices and a deep reverence for the afterlife. Some skulls found exhibited elongated shapes, sparking debates and fueling legends about ancient races with extraordinary attributes. One chamber, in particular, has ignited both scholarly interest and public imagination, the Oracle Chamber. This small niche possesses acoustic properties so unique that sounds made within it resonate throughout the entire complex. Modern acoustic engineers have studied the chamber and found that it amplifies frequencies around 110 Hz. At this frequency, sound waves can induce a meditative or altered state of consciousness in listeners, affecting brain activity in profound ways. Could it be that the builders intentionally designed the Oracle Chamber to harness the power of sound? Some researchers, like Dr. Linda Ineix of the Old Temple Study Foundation, suggest that the use of acoustic technology in the Hypogeum indicates a sophisticated understanding of psychoacoustics, potentially used for rituals aimed at transcending the physical realm. This intersection of architecture, art, and acoustics hints at a culture deeply attuned to the forces of nature and the human psyche. The Hypogeum may have been a place where initiates underwent sensory experiences intended to connect them with the spiritual world, blurring the boundaries between life and death, the tangible and the ethereal. Yet, the Hypogeum's mysteries have also given rise to numerous legends and speculative theories. Tales persist of a lost race of giants who constructed the underground temple with knowledge and abilities beyond those of ordinary humans. Some stories even recount how early explorers vanished within its depths, never to be seen again. While these accounts are steeped in myth, they reflect the profound impact the Hypogeum has on our collective imagination. As the echoes of these legends fade, we are reminded of the significant impact the Hypogeum has had on both historical scholarship and modern science. Its discovery not only unveiled an architectural marvel, but also reshaped our understanding of prehistoric societies. Renowned archaeologist and Professor Colin Renfrew once stated, "The Hypogeum challenges our perceptions of prehistoric societies, compelling us to acknowledge that these ancient people possessed a complexity of thought and culture that rivals our own." His words remind us that the achievements of the past continue to inform and inspire the present.
Indian culture is extremely ancient. We have to accept that civilization in India is at least 5,000 years old. That is one of the mistakes in looking for a quote-unquote advanced civilization in the past, is that we tend to be looking for ourselves. Whereas it's possible for a civilization to be advanced in other ways.
Could the astonishing Kailash temple at the Ellora Caves, carved meticulously from a single massive rock, truly be the work of mere mortal hands?
There is a particular seal that has survived, and it shows a figure which is recognizable as the god Shiva.
This ancient architectural marvel, built in the 8th century under the patronage of King Krishna of the Rashtrakuta dynasty, stands as a monument not only to devotion and artistry, but also to an engineering prowess that seems almost superhuman.
I think we're confronted by an enormous mystery with megalithic sites all around the world, and we don't understand them properly.
With its elaborate carvings and grand scale, the Kailash temple has sparked a captivating debate. Was this colossal structure really constructed using primitive tools of the age, or does it bear evidence of intervention by an advanced civilization, possibly beyond our earthly realm?
Some people think that the answer is extraterrestrial visitors. I don't think that's the answer, but who knows?
Tucked away in the basaltic hills of Maharashtra, the Ellora Caves complex is an architectural marvel of ancient India. Spanning from 600 to 1000 AD, these caves house a remarkable blend of Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain heritage. Among them, Cave 16, better known as the Kailash Temple, stands out as the crowning glory of the site. Historically referred to as Veral, the area's location along ancient north-south trade routes undoubtedly played a critical role in its development. The Kailash Temple, known for being the largest monolithic rock excavation in the world, showcases the advanced state of engineering and architectural skills during the 8th century. This temple was not built but rather carved top-down from a single massive rock, requiring meticulous planning and execution that speaks volumes about the capabilities of its creators.
There are unexplained issues in our past, which are presently not explained by the system that teaches us about the past.
Under the patronage of King Krishna I of the Rashtrakuta dynasty, the temple was commissioned around the mid-8th century. King Krishna I, also known as Krishna Rajan, embarked on this ambitious project to emulate the sacred Mount Kailash, the mythological abode of Lord Shiva. The temple not only served as a place of worship, but also as a demonstration of the power and artistic aspiration of the Rashtrakutas. During a period of British colonial expansion in India, British officers often ventured on expeditions for leisure and exploration. It was during one such excursion that the lush, overgrown vegetation of the Maharashtra region, which had concealed the Ellora Caves for centuries, finally gave way to one of the most significant archaeological discoveries in India.
A lot of archaeology that gets done doesn't get done because of a targeted search.
The year was 1819, and the caves, untouched and perfectly preserved as if in a time capsule, were stumbled upon accidentally by Captain John Smith and his party. The discovery by Captain Smith wasn't merely about uncovering a lost site, it was a revelation that peeled back the layers of India's rich and ancient civilization, which had thrived long before European powers set foot in the region. As Smith entered the caves, he was confronted with the grandeur of India's past, an intact cultural heritage that spoke volumes of its historical depth and complexity. However, Captain Smith left behind more than just the memory of his discovery. In what is now viewed as an act of historical vandalism, he inscribed his name and the date on a pillar inside Cave 10. At the time, such actions were common among explorers, who often left their marks as records of their presence. This graffiti, though frowned upon today, provided a tangible record marking the European discovery of the site and has since become a point of contention in discussions about heritage preservation versus the historical markers of colonial exploration. Following this accidental discovery, there was a renewed interest in the Ellora Caves, leading to more systematic explorations and excavations. The Archaeological Survey of India, established in 1861, took on the mammoth task of excavating and preserving these ancient sites. Their efforts were crucial in maintaining the structural integrity and historical accuracy of the caves as they faced the dual pressures of time and increasing tourism. Detailed studies and documentation efforts were spearheaded by early explorers and scholars like James Burgess and later Ghulam Yazdani. Their meticulous work in cataloguing the sculptures, iconography, and architectural styles has been compiled into extensive reports and books, which remain invaluable resources for Indological studies today. This comprehensive documentation helps ensure that the Ellora Caves, including the magnificent Kailash temple, continue to be understood and appreciated not just as monuments, but as gateways to India's illustrious past. The Kailash temple, also known as Cave 16 at the Ellora Caves, truly stands as a testament to the ancient mastery of rock-cut architecture. This stunning structure isn't just a testament to grandeur, but also to a unique construction methodology that melds religious devotion with unmatched craftsmanship. Unlike traditional buildings constructed from the ground up, this temple was carved directly out of a single massive rock, a process that required not only extreme labor but also precise planning. The effort to remove approximately 200,000 tons of rock from the site underscores the monumental human endeavor that went into its creation, likely involving hundreds, if not thousands, of laborers across several generations.
Ancient cultures all around the world preserved a memory of a high civilization, of prehistory.
Symbolically, the temple mirrors Mount Kailash, the mythical abode of Lord Shiva, suggesting that the architects intended to create a heavenly abode on earth. This ambition is evident not just in the temple's scale, but also in its elaborate multi-storied design, which features a rare vertical expansion in rock-cut architecture. Each floor is intricately adorned with carvings and statues that bring to life stories from Hindu mythology, especially those focusing on Lord Shiva, enhancing both the religious and aesthetic appeal of the temple. Comparing the Kailash temple to the ancient city of Petra in Jordan highlights its unique features. While Petra is renowned for its impressive facades carved into rock faces, the Kailash temple goes a step further. It is not just a facade, but a complete excavation, with intricate vertical carvings that make its interiors as spectacular as its exteriors. Unlike Petra's relatively plain interiors, the Kailash temple is elaborately detailed, with entire floors, columns, and ceilings that are ornately decorated to reflect Hindu religious themes. The engineering behind the Kailash temple also addresses some significant challenges, such as maintaining structural integrity while removing massive volumes of rock. The architects and engineers employed their deep understanding of geology and engineering to ensure the stability and durability of the remaining structures. They even incorporated an ingenious drainage system to prevent water accumulation and erosion during the region's heavy monsoon seasons. Moreover, strategic placements of openings and alignments within the temple structure allow natural light to flood its interiors, enhancing the spiritual and aesthetic experience for visitors. The layout also facilitates the circulation of air and movement of devotees, crucial during religious ceremonies. These intriguing aspects of the Kailash temple, combined with the mysteries surrounding its construction, have fueled various theories about its origins and the techniques used in its elaborate design. From theories suggesting extraterrestrial influence to speculations about advanced ancient technologies or a network of secret chambers, the temple continues to be a subject of fascination and scholarly debate.
I think the dating of quite a number of megalithic sites needs to be reconsidered.
These discussions not only celebrate the architectural genius of the temple's creators, but also deepen our appreciation for this ancient marvel. Exploring the mysteries of the Kailash temple at a more refined level reveals a range of fascinating theories that try to explain its incredible construction. One such theory suggests that the technology and precision required for its creation in the 8th century might hint at extraterrestrial influence or the use of advanced ancient technology that has since been lost. While this idea captivates the imagination, most scholars and archaeologists believe that the temple's construction was well within the capabilities of human ingenuity at the time, pointing to similar rock-cutting techniques used across India long before the temple was built. Another intriguing theory about the Kailash temple involves the possibility of a network of secret tunnels and chambers beneath the complex. Local legends and some speculative reports suggest that these could have served as passages for religious ceremonies or as escape routes during invasions. However, thorough archaeological investigations have yet to confirm these claims, and the natural rocky terrain of the area makes such an extensive network rather unlikely. The alignment of the Kailash temple with celestial bodies forms yet another theory. Some believe that the temple, like many ancient structures, was designed in alignment with certain stars or planets to harness cosmic energies during significant astronomical events such as solstices and equinoxes. While there are notable celestial alignments at other ancient sites that lend some support to this theory, concrete evidence linking the Kailash temple's orientation with celestial events remains elusive. As these theories continue to pique curiosity and scholarly debate, the significance of preserving such a monumental site has never been clearer. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Ellora Caves, including the Kailash temple, are the focus of ongoing preservation efforts. These efforts are crucial in protecting the site's intricate carvings and magnificent structures from both natural elements and the impacts of modern-day tourism, ensuring that this ancient marvel can be appreciated for generations to come.
These caves are incredible. I don't even want to call them caves because it's called the Barabar Caves, but these things are not caves. Does that look like a cave to anyone?
That looks
No.
like the entrance to a spaceship. That's
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's like a single granite
Vein.
One
vein.
huge piece.
Deep in the heart of India, shrouded in the mists of ancient history, lies a marvel of engineering and artistry that continues to baffle and amaze. The Barabar Caves, a series of rock-cut chambers carved into the granite hills of Bihar, India, the oldest rock-carved caves that exists to date. What secrets do they hold? How were they built? And what purpose did they serve? Could humans really have created this ancient wonder? The Barabar Caves, discovered in the early 19th century, are believed to be the oldest surviving examples of rock-cut architecture in India, dating back to the 3rd century BC. They were commissioned by Ashoka the Great, the Mauryan emperor who famously converted to Buddhism after the bloody Kalinga War. These caves were meant to serve as retreats for monks and ascetics seeking spiritual enlightenment. What is immediately striking about the Barabar Caves is the sheer precision and polish of their construction. The walls and ceilings are so smooth, they seem almost mirrored. The interiors are devoid of any ornamentation, emphasizing their austere and contemplative purpose. Even today, after more than 2 millennia, the echo of a whisper reverberates through these chambers, creating an ethereal atmosphere. The most iconic of the Barabar Caves is the Lomas Rishi Cave, distinguished by its unique horseshoe-shaped entrance, reminiscent of the Chaitya halls of later Buddhist architecture. The interior is a single spacious chamber with a vaulted ceiling, culminating in a stupa-like projection at the far end. The acoustics within the Lomas Rishi Cave are extraordinary, creating a sense of otherworldly resonance that amplifies even the slightest sound. But how were these caves built? The technology available at the time was rudimentary, consisting mainly of iron chisels and hammers. carving into the hard granite would have been an arduous and time-consuming task. Yet, the sheer scale and precision of the Barabar Caves suggest a level of mastery that seems almost impossible for the time. Some scholars theorize that the Mauryans might have employed advanced techniques, perhaps even using fire to weaken the rock before chiseling. Others speculate that they might have had access to specialized tools or knowledge that has since been lost. The mystery of their construction only adds to the allure of the Barabar Caves. The Barabar Caves are not just architectural marvels, they are also repositories of history. Inscriptions found within the caves provide valuable insights into the Mauryan era, including Ashoka's edicts promoting peace and non-violence. These inscriptions show Ashoka's profound transformation from a ruthless conqueror to a benevolent ruler, a transformation that reverberated throughout the Indian subcontinent. But the Barabar Caves also raise intriguing questions. Why did Ashoka choose this particular location? Was it for its strategic importance, its natural beauty, or its spiritual significance? The story of the Barabar Caves is far from over. These ancient marvels hold more than just questions of technique and purpose. As we dig deeper into the mystery, we find that the caves are connected to a broader network of ancient secrets, some hiding in plain sight, others concealed beneath the surface of history. The Barabar Caves, it seems, are just the beginning. Let's turn our attention to the staggering amount of stone that was removed to create these caves. Carving out even one of these chambers would have required moving hundreds of tons of solid granite. While this might seem difficult enough today, with cranes and modern machinery, imagine doing it over 2,000 years ago with only basic tools. Experts estimate that the volume of rock removed from the Barabar and Nagarjuni caves combined is equivalent to the construction of an entire modern skyscraper. The caves aren't just hollow spaces, they are carefully engineered cavities with perfectly smooth walls and astonishing acoustic properties. This raises the question, were these caves intended for something far more complex than simple meditation? If we step outside the narrow confines of traditional archaeology, a number of unconventional theories begin to emerge. One of the most compelling is the possibility that these caves were not simply religious sanctuaries, but sites for ancient experiments with sound and resonance. Sound, after all, was a powerful force in many ancient cultures, believed to be a tool for healing, communication, and even construction. Could the Barabar Caves have been designed to amplify certain frequencies, perhaps to aid in meditation or to access hidden states of consciousness? Some researchers propose that the unique sound dynamics within the caves were not accidental, but were the result of advanced knowledge of acoustics, knowledge that may have been lost to time. When comparing Barabar to other ancient acoustic marvels, such as the Hypogeum of Saflieni in Malta, where low-frequency sounds resonate powerfully within the subterranean chambers, the similarities are striking. In both cases, the structures amplify sound in ways that seem unnatural. Could there have been an ancient global understanding of sound technology that allowed different cultures to manipulate their environments for spiritual or scientific purposes? But even more provocative is the idea that the Barabar Caves and the surrounding region could have been used for something much more practical. Some conspiracy theorists have speculated that these caves were not spiritual retreats, but part of a network of sites dedicated to early technological experiments, possibly in metallurgy or energy generation. Ancient India was known for its early advances in metallurgy, particularly with the discovery of Wootz steel, a high-carbon alloy that later became famous as Damascus steel. Could it be that the Barabar region, rich in iron ore, served as a hidden laboratory where ancient metallurgists conducted experiments in the production of alloys, harnessing the natural acoustic properties of the caves for unknown purposes? There's also the curious question of why the Ajivikas, a relatively obscure religious group, would commission such monumental works. Ajivikas were known for their strict ascetic practices, rejecting material wealth and worldly possessions. So why would they need such massive, intricately designed caves? Could it be that the caves had a dual purpose, both spiritual and scientific? Some researchers have suggested that the caves may have served as a place where spiritual leaders and early scientists exchanged ideas, blurring the line between religious meditation and scientific experimentation. This theory gains traction when we look at other caves and rock-cut structures in the region, like the Udayagiri and Khandagiri caves in Odisha, carved around the same time as Barabar. While Udayagiri and Kandagiri served more as monastic retreats for Jain monks, the designs are remarkably intricate, featuring tiered halls and passageways that hint at more than just religious devotion. Could these sites have been part of a larger network of spiritual and scientific centers stretching across ancient India? There is a growing belief that these cave complexes were not isolated projects, but rather the work of a sophisticated civilization, with knowledge that extended beyond the spiritual into fields like geometry, engineering, and metallurgy. Looking westward, comparisons with the Ajanta and Ellora caves in Maharashtra become even more intriguing. Unlike Barabar, the Ellora complex contains vast temple structures, including the breathtaking Kailash temple, which was carved from a single piece of rock. What ties these sites together is the sheer scale of excavation. While Barabar focuses on precision and acoustic properties, Ellora and Ajanta showcase the massive scale and intricacy of rock-cut architecture. The fact that both were created around the same time period raises questions. Were these part of a grander pan-Indian tradition of rock-cut engineering that blended religion with early scientific understanding? Could the same knowledge have flowed between these centers, each site fulfilling different roles in a complex network of spiritual, technological, and social life? There are also strange connections to be made when examining other rock-carved sites across the world. For instance, Petra, the ancient Nabatean city in Jordan, shares some remarkable similarities with Barabar. Both were carved into solid rock, both involved an unimaginable amount of labor, and both exhibit architectural features far ahead of their time. Petra, with its elaborate facades and hidden tombs, and Barabar, with its smooth chambers and enigmatic acoustics, may have been created for vastly different purposes, yet the precision and effort involved suggest that the people who built them shared a deep understanding of stoneworking and engineering. While mainstream historians argue that these similarities are coincidental, the evidence is difficult to ignore. Were these sites merely the result of isolated advances in technology, or were ancient cultures more connected than we realize, sharing techniques and knowledge across vast distances? Then there's the question of why these caves are located where they are. The Barabar Caves are situated near Gaya, a place of immense spiritual significance in India. Gaya is not only home to the famous Bodh Gaya, where Buddha is said to have attained enlightenment, but the region itself is dotted with caves, temples, and religious sites. Could there be something about the land itself, something about the energy of the place, that made it a focal point for spiritual leaders and scientists alike?
This is quite a famous phenomenon in Turkey, that there are huge cities. They look like ant farms on an enormous scale that are dug out under the earth. Hundreds and hundreds of rooms, that huge efforts was put into digging deep beneath the earth and creating these shelters.
Nestled in the heart of Turkey's enchanting Cappadocia region lies Derinkuyu, an ancient underground city that stands as a monument to the ingenuity and resilience of bygone civilizations. Its fascinating origins, complex construction, and versatile uses offer a glimpse into a community that sought refuge beneath the Earth's surface, crafting a hidden world of remarkable depth and complexity.
And archaeology does not have a good explanation about what they're there for, or why they were built, or when they were built. They're all cut out of stone. You can only date objects that were left in them. You can't say when they were actually made.
The story of Derinkuyu begins in the 8th–7th centuries BCE, with the Phrygians, an Indo-European people renowned for their architectural skills, laying its foundation. What likely started as a modest subterranean enclave was expanded by successive cultures, each adding layers of depth and function to this architectural marvel. Notably, in the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD, early Christians seeking sanctuary from Roman persecution carved out additional living quarters, worship spaces, and communal areas.
They were used by Christians, they were used by Muslims, they were used back in 2,000 plus years ago as homes in some cases.
The construction of Derinkuyu was no small feat. It involved the excavation of approximately 2.5 million cubic meters of volcanic rock, known as tuff, which is soft enough to carve but hardens when exposed to air, ensuring stability for the city's expansive underground structures. Derinkuyu's purpose extended far beyond a mere hideout. It was a bastion during invasions and conflicts in the strategically significant region of Cappadocia.
What makes sense of those underground cities to me is that they were built as places of refuge that people could go into during an episode of meteor bombardment during the Younger Dryas.
Beyond serving as a refuge, it also offered a complete underground living environment with water wells, food storage, livestock pens, and even a prison.
They're fine. They have air vents, they have water, they're incredibly well thought out.
Its intricate layout supported a vibrant community life, with residential areas, communal kitchens, and places of worship, reflecting a society capable of sophisticated urban planning and social organization. The city's capacity to house up to 20,000 people, coupled with its advanced infrastructure, including an extensive ventilation system and a complex water distribution network, speaks volumes about the ancient world's architectural and engineering prowess.
I spent hours down there just wandering around and looking at this amazing place.
Of particular note is Derinkuyu's significance to early Christians, who found not just a safe haven, but a spiritual sanctuary within its depths. The numerous chapels and churches adorned with religious symbols and bas-reliefs provided a focal point for community and faith, underscoring the city's importance as a religious retreat. Derinkuyu, an underground world equivalent to an 18-story building below the Earth's surface. This ancient city, carved deep into the earth to a depth of around 200 feet, provided a year-round comfortable living environment. Thanks to its cooler and more stable temperatures, it's fascinating to think about how it was designed to house up to 20,000 people, along with their livestock and possessions, showcasing an incredibly organized society, adept at managing life's necessities in such a confined yet complex space. With at least 18 levels, Derinkuyu was more than just a series of tunnels. It was a fully functioning underground metropolis. The city was meticulously organized into residential areas, communal spaces, and even sectors for livestock, indicating a society that valued structure and community. The intricate layout ensured that despite being underground, movement within the city was fluid. The city's innovative ventilation system is nothing short of remarkable. Thousands of shafts ensured that fresh air reached the deepest levels, a feat that underscores an advanced understanding of environmental control and airflow. This system was crucial for not only providing fresh air, but also for dispersing smoke from cooking and lighting, maintaining air quality for the large population residing within. But perhaps what stands out most about Derinkuyu are its defensive features. Massive stone doors could be rolled across passages to seal off the city, transforming it into a fortress at a moment's notice. The corridors, intentionally narrow, were designed to thwart large groups of invaders, allowing defenders to control movement throughout the city effectively. Moreover, the hidden entrances and exits, some connected to the surface by miles-long tunnels, speak volumes about the strategic planning that went into safeguarding the city. These secret passages allowed for stealthy entrances and exits, crucial for gathering intelligence or making escapes during sieges. Despite the extensive exploration that has peeled back some of its layers, Derinkuyu keeps parts of itself hidden, teasing the imagination with what lies in its uncharted depths. While we've uncovered much, there's still a vast expanse that remains out of reach. Safety concerns and the potential risk of collapse have kept certain sections off-limits, sparking a wildfire of speculation and theories about the full scale of this underground labyrinth. Could there be entire levels we've yet to discover, or hidden rooms filled with ancient artifacts waiting to tell their part of Derinkuyu's tale? The lore surrounding Derinkuyu and its sister cities in Cappadocia weaves a rich tapestry of tales that blur the lines between history and legend. Stories of a vast network of tunnels connecting the underground cities suggest a sophisticated system used for trade, communication, or even as escape routes from invaders.
The two that I visited in the series are Derinkuyu and Kailash, and these two sites are joined by an 8-kilometer tunnel underground.
While some of these tunnels have been confirmed, the full extent of this network fuels the imagination about the capabilities of ancient civilizations. Speculation about Derinkuyu's past ventures into the realms of the extraordinary. with some suggesting it might have been a refugee for extraterrestrial visitors or a remnant of a lost advanced civilization. Although such theories stretch beyond the bounds of established archaeological evidence, they underscore the fascination Derinkuyu incites, reflecting the human penchant for mystery and the unexplained. Derinkuyu is a hidden gem that tells a tale of human resilience, architectural mastery, and the intricate history of Anatolia. This ancient underground city, a sanctuary carved from the earth, speaks volumes about the lengths to which people will go to protect their beliefs, their culture, and their way of life. Imagine a time between the 1st and 3rd centuries AD when early Christians, facing relentless persecution from the Roman Empire, sought refuge beneath the earth's surface. Derinkuyu became their sanctuary, a place where they could practice their faith in secret away from the oppressive gaze of Roman authorities. Within this subterranean haven, they carved out chapels and churches, adorning them with frescoes that depicted scenes from the Bible and Christian iconography, creating a space that was not just about survival, but about preserving their spiritual and cultural identity. But Derinkuyu was not an isolated refuge, it was part of a vast network of underground cities in Cappadocia, connected by miles of tunnels. These connections weren't just for escape or hiding, they represented a sophisticated system for trade, communication, and strategic movement, highlighting an advanced level of social organization and urban planning in ancient Cappadocia. This network of cities underlines the region's significance as a cultural and economic hub, showcasing the ingenuity of its people in creating a cohesive and cooperative community. The modern rediscovery of Derinkuyu is as fascinating as its history. In 1963, a local stumbled upon a mysterious room behind a wall in his home, unveiling the entrance to this ancient city. This discovery captured the imagination of historians, archaeologists, and the wider public, leading to the exploration of the city and its eventual opening to tourists. Today, Derinkuyu is not just an archaeological site, it's a major tourist attraction that draws people from all over the world eager to explore its ancient passageways, chapels, and the incredible engineering behind its construction. Derinkuyu's significance has been recognized on a global scale, as it, along with other sites in the Cappadocia region, has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This honor speaks to its value to humanity, preserving its history and architecture for future generations. The city stands as a symbol of what humans are capable of achieving when faced with existential threats, creating safe havens of remarkable complexity and beauty. Beyond its historical and architectural value, Derinkuyu serves as an educational resource, offering insights into ancient construction techniques, community living, and survival strategies. It continues to inspire and educate, reminding us of the depths of human ingenuity and the enduring spirit of communities that have faced adversity throughout history.
When I'm in a cave, I often find myself wondering, what drove these people to go so deep? I study some of the oldest art in the world, but what I'm interested in is the development of the modern mind. We've been building on the mental achievements of those who came before us for so long that it's easy to forget that certain abilities haven't already existed. It became possible for the first time for a message to be transmitted and preserved in time.
Deep in the heart of the Yorkshire Dales lies Victoria Cave, a mysterious natural wonder that was uncovered quite by chance. In 1837, while on a routine rabbit hunt, local gamekeeper Michael Horner and his companions stumbled upon a concealed fissure behind a cluster of limestone boulders. Little did they know, their accidental find would open the door to a subterranean world brimming with ancient secrets, offering an unprecedented glimpse into England's prehistoric past.
We're all fascinated by where did we come from, and we want to understand more about that story.
This discovery not only sparked curiosity, but also launched a series of explorations that would forever change our understanding of human and animal history in the region. The entrance, clogged with limestone deposits and rubble, gave a hint of the untouched secrets that lay within. When Horner and his group first stepped inside, they found themselves in a large chamber adorned with stalactites and stalagmites, indicating that the cave had remained undisturbed for thousands of years. This discovery quickly caught the attention of local naturalists and archaeologists, all eager to delve into its depths and uncover its secrets.
What was somebody doing down there with a tortuous stone lamp? This is the kind of question that I'm trying to answer with my research.
By the 1840s, Victoria Cave had become a significant site of interest for both archaeologists and paleontologists. The Yorkshire Philosophical Society, recognizing the cave's potential to provide insights into the ancient past, organized the first systematic excavation in 1844. This early exploration set the stage for the cave to become one of the key sites for understanding the prehistoric and paleontological history of the region. Building on the exploration into Victoria Cave's discovery and its initial significance, it becomes clear that the cave's contents offer a vivid snapshot into the lives of both the humans and animals that once frequented this site. Delving deeper, the findings from Victoria Cave can be organized into three revealing phases: Paleolithic tools, Pleistocene fauna, and Roman artifacts. Each phase not only illuminates specific historical periods, but also mirrors broader trends in human behavior.
We start finding burials, and not just burials, but burials with grave goods in them.
The Paleolithic tools found in the cave, dating back around 12,000 to 13,000 years ago, include flint blades and scrapers. These tools were essential for butchering animals, crafting clothing, and other survival tasks, indicating that prehistoric humans used the cave as a temporary shelter during their hunting trips. This suggests that herds of reindeer and other animals grazed in the tundra-like environment outside, drawing hunters to the area. What's particularly fascinating is the evidence of tool-making within the cave itself, suggesting it served not just as a shelter, but also as a workshop or base camp. Here, prehistoric humans could manufacture and repair their tools, benefiting from the cave's natural protection from the elements and its strategic vantage point over the valley, an ideal spot for monitoring game movements. Moving to the Pleistocene fauna, the remains found paint a picture of a cold, open landscape, vastly different from today's lush Yorkshire dales. Species like the woolly rhinoceros, reindeer, and Irish elk adapted to survive harsh winters with their thick fur and fat reserves. Among the most evocative finds are the bones of the woolly rhinoceros, an animal with no modern equivalent in Britain, but closely related to the smaller, modern Sumatran rhinoceros. This discovery underlines the dramatic shifts in climate and habitat that have occurred since the Ice Age and highlights the changes in megafauna populations over the years. The cave's later layers reveal a different type of use, with the discovery of Roman coins and ornate brooches from around the 1st to the 4th centuries AD. These artifacts indicate that the cave was not merely a habitation site, but also held significance for ritual or ceremonial purposes. The coins and jewelry might have been offerings, perhaps related to a cult, or as part of local religious practices that revered natural springs or caves as sacred sites. This continuity of use from a prehistoric shelter to a Roman ceremonial site is a pattern seen throughout Europe, where natural features like caves and springs were consistently revered across vastly different cultures and epochs. Furthermore, when comparing the use of Victoria Cave with other contemporary sites, such as the Chauvet Cave in France, a fascinating pattern in human behavior emerges.
Rock art provides us with a window into the minds of these people.
While both caves contain prehistoric art and artifacts, Victoria Cave primarily served practical purposes such as shelter and tool production. In contrast, Chauvet Cave is renowned for its spectacular Paleolithic cave paintings.
So this is really about our common humanity. This is really about our own collective heritage.
This comparison highlights the diverse ways in which prehistoric humans interacted with their environments. The exploration of Victoria Cave not only revealed a storied past, but also had a significant impact on the field of archaeology, particularly influencing how archaeologists understand and interpret historical layers. The meticulous excavation and recording methods employed in the 19th century were pivotal. They focused particularly on stratigraphy, the study of rock layers and their order, which allowed them to establish a clearer timeline of human and animal activity in the region. This methodical approach helped foster more nuanced interpretations of archaeological sites, setting new standards in the field. Exploration and excavation within Victoria Cave did not cease with these initial efforts, but continued sporadically throughout the late 19th and 20th centuries. Each phase of excavation added new layers of understanding about human history encapsulated within its walls. With the advent of modern archaeological techniques, such as radiocarbon dating and DNA analysis, our grasp of the past has become even more refined. These technologies have provided archaeologists with tools to date artifacts and remains with greater precision. Through such ongoing explorations, Victoria Cave continues to be a crucial site for piecing together human history. Continuing our exploration of significant archaeological sites, let's delve into Chauvet Cave, located in the Ardèche region of southern France. This cave, discovered in 1994 by Jean-Marie Chauvet and his team, is a treasure trove of Paleolithic art, housing some of the oldest and most remarkable prehistoric artworks known to humanity.
Most of the rock art from the prehistoric times was done long before, national borders, ethnic boundaries.
The walls of Chauvet Cave are adorned with vivid paintings and engravings, offering a unique window into the lives and beliefs of early humans who lived around 30,000 to 32,000 years ago. The discovery of the cave was somewhat accidental. On December 18, 1994, Jean-Marie Chauvet, along with Eliette Brunel and Christian Hilaire, felt a draft emanating from a cliff, prompting them to investigate further. They discovered a narrow passage that led to a network of chambers that had been sealed by a rock slide around 25,000 years ago, which helped preserve its contents in exceptional condition. Chauvet Cave is renowned not just for the antiquity of its art, but also for the variety it contains. The cave walls feature over 1,000 images depicting a wide range of subjects, including horses, lions, rhinos, bison, mammoths, and even human figures. These images are rendered with astonishing detail and sophistication, employing advanced artistic techniques that convey depth and motion. For instance, the artists used perspective drawing and took advantage of the cave's natural contours to enhance the images, giving a three-dimensional effect to the depicted animals. The techniques used at Chauvet were ahead of their time. The artists utilized charcoal and red ochre to create rich colors and employed shadows and shading to bring a dynamic quality to their creations. Some figures were even painted in a series of superimposed images, creating an effect similar to the sequential frames of a film, giving the impression of movement. Chauvet Cave is a pivotal site for studying the Aurignacian culture, known for its advanced tools and artistic expression. The well-preserved artwork offers insights not only into the artistic practices, but also into the social and spiritual lives of its creators. Radiocarbon dating indicates that the earliest paintings were created around 32,000 years ago, making them some of the oldest known human-created artworks. The depiction of predatory animals and rare human-animal hybrid figures suggests a complex belief system that possibly included shamanic elements, indicative of a sophisticated cognitive ability and a rich cultural tradition. Given the fragile nature of the cave's environment, Chauvet Cave is not open to the public to ensure its preservation for future generations. Instead, a replica cave known as the Pont d'Arc Cavern was opened in 2015, allowing visitors to experience a faithful reproduction of the artwork and cave conditions.
If you were intrigued by today's journey, then prepare to be amazed by our next adventure. We're venturing deep into the jungles of Sri Lanka to the ancient ruins of Sigiriya, where a groundbreaking discovery awaits. Hidden within this UNESCO World Heritage Site lies the Sakwala Chakraya, a mysterious stone carving believed to be an ancient stargate. Could this be a portal to other worlds? Join us as we unravel the secrets of this enigmatic marvel and delve into legends of extraterrestrial connections and advanced ancient technology. Witness the breathtaking beauty of Sigiriya with its majestic lion rock and captivating frescoes. This ancient city holds clues to a forgotten past, inviting you on an unforgettable adventure, exploring the intersection of science, history, and the unexplained.
Lost in the emerald embrace of an ancient city, a relic whispers of forgotten knowledge. Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. Here, amongst the crumbling grandeur of a vanished empire, lies a secret that has haunted historians for centuries. Carved into the living rock, a cryptic diagram. The Sakwala Chakraya. 7 concentric circles, enigmatic symbols, and strange creatures from the deep. A puzzle box of the past, defying explanation. Is it a map of the cosmos? A blueprint for a lost technology? Or a gateway to another realm? Local legends speak of stargates and gods, of rituals that can unlock the secrets of the universe. Scientists, archaeologists, and spiritual seekers, all drawn to this enigmatic artifact. What secrets does it hold? What truths lie hidden in its silent depths?